be afraid in
Well,
order
that's
to
the
let him
thing.
get away with worse.
And you're seeing that continue, where you're seeing that kind of thing, like yes, what what Hamas did to Israel was horrific in every way and deserves 100% responsibility. But where were the soldiers? Why did it take so long? What I mean, there's so many other things. And then why is Israel blockading the food and the water and energy? It's like, wait a sec, you may not be going out and just flat out just cutting people's heads off, but I don't understand the difference between a dead kid and a dead kid.
I'm telling you what. And listen, I think as long as we're on that, they're losing control of that narrative. And I have to say, it really is something, because what happened this time with Hamas killing these people, this really is the worst slaughter of innocent Jewish Israeli civilians, since the start of the war, maybe worse than anything that happened in 48. I guess they're saying since the Holocaust in Europe, this is the biggest attack, biggest violent loss of life of Israeli civilians. Even in the wars, I think someone mentioned the 73 war. There were a bunch of IDF soldiers who were killed in the Sinai or something like that. But hey, they at least were combatants. You know what I mean? And they were fighting against other combatants in a war, that kind of thing. This is just the worst, absolute, horrific atrocity. And yet still, almost immediately, not just in Europe, but in the United States, you have not just leftists, but even like center-left Democrats saying like, hey, Israel's going too far. Israel helped create this situation in the first place. We urge you to cease fire and not do a land invasion and the rest of that. And I have to tell you, I'm very I'm somewhat surprised by that. I mean, I guess you could say very, because look, go back to 2014. Okay, 9 years ago, Israel did another operation like this. It was just in reaction to, I think 3 soldiers were killed or kidnapped. I forgot exactly the run up to it. I had to go back.
Okay.
But it was just like 3 guys was the start of that thing. It was a much smaller excuse for the beginning of it. And then it was this horrific slaughter, air campaign against Gaza like you have right now. And that was the first time that Facebook and Twitter truly pulled rank over the TV. And so TV was saying, Israel, Israel, Israel. And on the internet, though, it was Gaza under attack. And you just can't deny that, like, these rockets that hit Israel, very occasionally they do kill people, and sometimes even innocent children, and who knows who. They hit an apartment complex and kill innocent civilians. But they're almost entirely just pot shots, right? They land in the middle of the street, hurt no one, or, hit the side of a wall and just, they're not much. On the other side, the Israelis are coming in with the best technology Americans can buy to bomb and just absolutely level entire neighborhoods at a time. And people could just see on Facebook and Twitter that, like, whoa, the narrative on TV and my lion eyes looking at social media, man, I'm not sure, but I think I believe my eyes of who's really terrorizing who here and who's, et cetera, like that. Now, I might have thought, if you'd asked me before this broke out, I don't know, Scott, what if it happens again? I might have told you, dude, I don't know, because the clampdown on and the censorship and the control of the algorithms and everything is so much more sophisticated, because they learned that lesson from 14. We can't ever let that happen again, right? So we have this, as we all know now, because of the heroic work of Matt Taibbi and Mike Schellenberger and these other journalists from the Twitter files and some of these lawsuits, that they've created this massive internet censorship regime. And so, but I think that still, in fact, now it's like, no, look, the shift really has come where Twitter is like inarguably upstream from TV.
Right.
And those center-left TV anchors have got to take their cue from at least allowing a bit of the other side of the story, right? It's not like they're demonizing Israel or anything, but they're like saying, geez, I mean, what are these people doing there anyway? You know what I mean? Why is there a giant prison wall for them to break out of? Like, does anybody want to explain this? You know what I mean? There's a bit of that.